forward, and greetings to all and welcome to the University of Tennessee at Martin. My name is David Belote, and I serve the university as the Assistant Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and I had the honor of serving as the chair for our Athletic Director Advisory Search Committee. On behalf of the university, I want to thank all of you for your attendance today. Our purpose for gathering today is to introduce to the Skyhawk Nation our 12th Athletic Director at the University of Tennessee at Martin, Mr. Julio Freire. And we also are going to recognize his family today. This also serves as our time to usher in and celebrate the next era of leadership in Skyhawk athletics. We have several people in attendance today we want to give recognition to and acknowledgement. We want to welcome those viewing on the OVC Digital Network. Welcome to our press conference today. We have some University of Tennessee Board of Trustees members here today. Miss Betty Ann Tanner, are you here? Can we recognize you? I don't see Betty Ann just yet. Also, we have some elected officials in attendance today. I saw Whitby County Mayor Houston Patrick. Mayor, would you stand and be recognized, please? And I saw City of Martin Mayor Randy Brundage. Mayor Brundage, would you stand, wave, and be recognized, please? There he is. He's posting up back there under the basket. We want to thank our friends that are here today from the various media outlets from all over West Tennessee and from within our Skyhawk Nation region. A big Skyhawk welcome to our faculty and staff, our UT Martin students and student athletes, our various coaching staffs that are here today, and most important, our many, many community friends from throughout West Tennessee, the region, and the country. We welcome you here to our press conference today. And again, a very, very special welcome to the family of Julio Freire. Welcome again. To our advisory search committee, I served as the chair of that particular committee. And very briefly, I just want to thank that committee for their diligent service, sticking to our process, and serving the University of Tennessee at Martin. It was a pleasure to serve with you. At this time, we want to recognize our platform guest, and several will be coming to the podium to address you here in just a few minutes. But our Chancellor, Dr. Tom Rakes. Julio Freire, our Athletic Director. It is a great honor to have our Ohio Valley Conference Commissioner here today, Beth DeBush. Beth, welcome to the university. And last but not least, my good friend, our faculty athletic representative, Dr. John Schomer. He also served on our search committee. John. And at this time, please welcome to the podium our 9th Chancellor of the University of Tennessee at Martin, Dr. Tom Rakes.
Thank you, David. It is impossible not to be excited for an event like this, and I'll confess to some of you who have not heard me speak a whole lot, in my mind, when he says the 9th Chancellor, I just pretend he's saying the nice Chancellor, and I appreciate that, David. Good afternoon, Skyhawk fans, both here in Elam Center and, of course, through the OVC Digital Network, which we believe, and we've been told this by others, is the best digital network for sports, or at worst, one of the best in the nation. Thank you for helping us push that. So if there is a contest you want to see, there's a good chance, particularly within the conference, you can watch those games over the digital network. And as you can see, they also share with the campuses too, and that's really important to us. I'm delighted to see so many of you here representing the faithful and the curious. I'm particularly pleased to have Commissioner DeBush with us. She's also working very closely with the Nashville Sports Authority for the upcoming Final Four, Women's Final Four, to be held in Nashville. It's rare that we have an event that close to us. I encourage you to get some tickets and see it. It's like an event for most of us that we never seen before. I also want to echo what David said about our media. We're pleased that you're here. We appreciate the coverage. Some coverage better than other, but you know it's important to get it out there. And so we're especially pleased to have you with us today. I'm also pleased, and I think Betty Ann, she's on her way from Union City, but I haven't seen her. Betty Ann's one of our local trustees with the University of Tennessee Board. Makes a big difference to have a local voice there, along with Crawford Gallimore, who could not join us today. Crawford's from here in Martin. I also want to specifically recognize the other Dr. Rakes on campus, one of our professors who's joined us, Glenda. I need to echo again the 18 individuals who served on the search committee. This was fast, hectic, but you really did well. For myself, for the entire university conglomerate, thank you for helping us come up with the individual that we have. And you know, certain times, certain individuals rise to the top. And that's really what happened in this case. We're fortunate to have you here. I've been told to cut out half of what I was going to say. I'm going to ask our members of the search committee, if you will, just to raise your hand again. I want everybody to see you if you're here today, please. Makes a big difference. I would also add that it brought a level of transparency and sharing across the whole community as well as the university that's not seen all that frequently in Division I athletics. I knew at the time 18 people's too many for the committee. If it works, it works. So thank you so much. Julio has some big shoes to fill. Phil Dane was with us some 34 years and most recently serving 13 years as Director of Intercollegiate Athletics. Today, Phil and Debbie are headed out with the Airstream. Who knows where they are? But Phil, if you're watching, we're talking about you. We also are pleased to acknowledge the importance and the contributions of intercollegiate athletics to the college experience. It's part of it. We receive a lot of attention for it. We bring in a bunch of strong athletes, but we're also very proud of the GPA and the academic excellence that's been shown by our student athletes. I compliment you. That is the number one reason. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes. We appreciate you for what you do. Julio Freire demonstrates, and he's already done this, an understanding of protocol and team spirit necessary for this type of position. He also exhibits a level of energy and understanding how to interact with a whole cross-section of individuals. And relating to coaches and student athletes and our athletic staff, it's really a different kind of ball game than relating to the rest of us. It truly is, and you have to be very balanced and flexible. I see Betty and Tanner. Betty, delighted that you were able to join us. knowledgeable about administrative contacts, the intricacies of Division I athletics. He's seen it from the big stage all across Division I, as well as the regional institutions. And that's really a broad, over 20-year experiential base, from selling tickets to raising money to managing other individuals. That's an important component of this, and it's all embodied in Julio. I look forward to partnering with you, Julio, as well as your family, Cherie, Christopher, and Gabriella. Stand up. You're going to be recognized again. That's all right. These are wonderful people already. Thank you for joining us. There's a capacity building piece to this that you can't really teach. Either you have it, you display it, or you don't. And we have all been delighted. I don't know, I hope you don't run out of steam this week at the pace that you've been keeping. But from our students, I think you met this morning with many of our athletic staff. Started at 9 last night with student athletes. You don't teach that. That's part of it. But boy, it takes a lot of energy and really attention to detail. And one of the first things on my desk this morning was a 2-page memorandum from our new AD. And you know what? He didn't ask for a thing. He simply laid out what he is planning to do for the first 100 days. I don't want to step on your comments. Kind of unusual. Boom, 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 boom. This is an important day for us in the life of Skyhawk Athletics and the University of Tennessee at Martin. Our new AD, Julio Freire, please come forward. Accept. See, that's what I wanted to do. I threatened Edie that I would. David Belote has some specific comments. You need to know a little more from where he came from and why he's the perfect fit for this.
Okay. At this time, we're going to have our OVC Commissioner come and address the group. Please give a big Skyhawk welcome to our Commissioner, Miss Beth DeBush. Beth, please come.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you here today on such an exciting day for the future of the Skyhawk Nation. Obviously, we've talked about it already. There's some big shoes to fill, and we need to thank Phil Dane for all the good work he did on behalf of the student athletes. I am absolutely delighted for the opportunity to get to work with Julio and to get to work with his family as we move forward. There are some exciting things going on in the OVC, and it's the perfect time to be joining the league. And I know Julio brings the right energy, excitement, vision, and knowledge to really be a contributor to the future of this fine conference. In our 66 years, we have nothing but good things to look forward to. So Julio, we're so glad you could be a part of that. As commissioner, I guarantee to you we will set you up for the most success that you can have and make sure that you're a good contributor right away. We're excited about all that you bring to us, and we know we're better because of your addition. So it's again my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Ohio Valley Conference to welcome you to our OVC family.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Beth, and thank you for being here today. Thank you so much. This is an exciting time, and I'm excited to be introducing our next athletic director. We're here at the University of Tennessee at Martin, and we went through a search process. And what that tells us is that holding true to our values here at the institution, then it was our job to find someone that was experienced and credentialed. Now, a lot of this introduction is laying the foundation for the experience and the credentialing of our next athletic director. Julio Freire brings 22 years of experience with intercollegiate athletics and educational settings to the University of Tennessee at Martin. He most recently worked at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas as the Senior Associate Athletics Director from 2010 to 2013. He worked closely with university relations, departmental leadership, athletics development, external operations, athletic program administration, and compliance. Prior to his time at UNLV, Julio spent time at the University of Arizona from 2007 to 2010 as the Assistant Associate Athletics Director for Development. Among his accomplishments were the increase of planned gifts by $4.5 million and serving as the athletic program liaison for two highly successful football and men's basketball programs. Julio also served at Tennessee Tech from 2005 to 2007 as the Associate Athletics Director for Development. While in Cookeville, he was responsible for the cultivation and stewardship of major gift prospects and donors. He increased annual donations by 300% and secured 7 of the 10 largest gifts in department history. Julio began his collegiate athletic administration career at Ohio University, where he served as an Assistant Associate Athletics Director for Development from 2000 to 2004. During his time at the Mid-American Conference member, he managed all facets of facilities and game operation units, concession and merchandise contracts, and also supervised the renovation and construction of numerous facilities. A former student athlete himself, Julio ran cross country and track and field at Arizona State University in Tempe, Arizona. He graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in education in 1990 and earned his master's degree in counseling from the University of Phoenix in 1997. I think, given what was just stated, is that our committee has done its job and that we have found someone that has experience in almost every facet of athletic administration, knows what it's like to go on the playing field and compete. And those are the things that we were looking for. And ladies and gentlemen, those are the things that we have. With great Skyhawk pride, I introduce to you our new athletic director, Mr. Julio Freire.
Thank you, folks. To echo the Chancellor's and others' words, thank you for coming out today. David Below, thank you for your kind introduction. As you might expect, it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here in Martin, Tennessee on January 13, 2014, along with my wife, Cherie, our children, Christopher and Gabriela. I am honored to formally accept the position as your 12th Director of Athletics at the University of Tennessee at Martin. I also would like to thank the individuals that helped to facilitate this process. Members of the Athletics Department, members of the university community, and the Search Committee, and in particular, Search Chair David Below. I also would like to thank a number of great men and women that have helped me to stand before you today. People like my mother and father, Esther and Manuel Freire. Jim Livengood, my Director of Athletics for the last 7 years, and a dear, dear friend. Dutch Bachman from the 1A Athletic Directors Association. Kevin White, the Athletic Director at Duke. Thomas Bay, Athletic Director at Fresno State. And Mark Wilson, Athletic Director at Tennessee Tech. Tom Thomas, President of Cardinal Advisors. These people have been instrumental in my life, and I will be forever thankful to each and every one of them. Thank you also to Phil and Debbie Dane, as the Chancellor stated, for 34 years of service to UTM. It is also a pleasure to see Commissioner Jeff Bush with us today. Thank you, Beth. And a most special thanks to Chancellor Rakes. Chancellor, you have been instrumental in helping me to make this decision. I've appreciated your vision, your high standards, and your expectations. I also thank you for the warm hospitality and in conducting such a professional search. This speech will be brief today. I want to share with you a short personal introduction and 3 simple messages that will guide my actions in the days, weeks, and months ahead. My upbringing. I was born in Tijuana, Mexico in 1966, which makes me 47. The turning point in my childhood was at age 4, when my parents brought me to the United States. I was raised as the second oldest of 5 boys, and we were raised with traditional family values like work ethic, faith, respect, and service, a great sense of right and wrong. My greatest passions are my faith, family, education, and athletics. With regard to my education, I attended Arizona State University, where I was a student athlete in track and field, and I earned a bachelor's degree in education, as was stated earlier. A few years later, I also earned a master's degree in counseling. Professionally, I have had a broad-based experience, which has prepared me well. In fact, my entire professional career has been in my area of passion, education, and athletics. My career began in K-12 education as a teacher, and then a counselor and coach, and later as an athletics director and school principal. I've also had the pleasure of working for and with the best in the business at Ohio University, in this conference at Tennessee Tech, at the University of Arizona, and most recently at UNLV as the Senior Associate Athletics Director. I promised you 3 simple messages today, and my first message is about planning for comprehensive excellence. When I had the opportunity to speak with Chancellor Rakes, I was struck by his vision and plans in academics, in community involvement, in everything. In everything we discussed, I could see a natural comfort level with the concepts of planning and of excellence, and that suited me well. With this in mind, in 2014, we will embrace that spirit of planning for comprehensive excellence, all in support of the mission of the University of Tennessee at Martin. Our plan for excellence will allow us to build upon the department's history and traditions. And with this plan, we will guide and support our student athletes as they aspire to reach their fullest potential academically, athletically, and socially. In every area of the department, this will be our charge. With this in mind, I have spoken with Chancellor Rakes, and I'm excited with the opportunity to develop a plan that links the Department of Athletics with the university's greater strategic outlook. In everything we do, we will plan for comprehensive excellence. Message number 2, we will remain focused on the student athlete. My second message is just as clear and concise, and it is the message that we will be focused on the well-being of our student athletes. Again, academically, athletically, and socially. We will embrace high ideals that a UT Martin student athlete should be leaving this great university with a meaningful degree and having been in a position to compete for championships. I look forward to working with our administrators, our staff, and our coaches. In short order, everyone on my staff, throughout the department, and throughout the university will know that the academic achievement of our student athletes is our top priority. As a former student athlete, I fully understand the transformative power of the athletic experience. I also understand, as a former student athlete, full compliance with all NCAA, conference, and university rules, regulations, and standards. It is my intent to have us all represent this institution with the highest degree of integrity at all times. This is about focusing our energies, our resources on the well-being of our student athletes. And message number 3, we will engage our community in a meaningful way. And message number 3 is vitally important. It involves engagement with our community. In no uncertain terms, as I stated earlier, we will be embracing comprehensive excellence. This will be a plan that will focus on the well-being of our student athletes, and with this plan, we will work to communicate that plan within our community, with university leaders, with the academic community, with alumni and fans. We will be inviting them all to be a part of our plans, in fact, a part of our success. Whether it's purchasing a ticket to an athletic event, attending an outing, helping us with our fundraising needs, or building facilities, we will invite them all to be a part of our plans. During the interview process and in the forums, I spoke at length about community engagement. And I believe that community engagement must extend beyond the campus border, beyond the city limits, and beyond the great state of Tennessee. In short, we will be engaging our community in a meaningful way at unprecedented levels. Chancellor, these are my 3 messages for today. We will plan for comprehensive excellence. We will focus on our student athletes. And we will engage the community in a meaningful way. Lastly, my closing comments. I've said yes many times in recent days. I said yes to the interview process. I said yes to Chancellor Rakes. And I've said yes to this position as your Director of Athletics. But the most important yes of my life was said on May 15 of 1993, when I asked a woman named Cherie Taylor for her hand in marriage. And since our marriage, Julio Freire and I have journeyed together. Together we have 2 beautiful and wonderful children in Christopher and Gabriela. These are the most important people in my life. This is my family, and we are proud and honored to say yes to making your community our own. It is so nice to be back in the state of Tennessee. We're going to get Christopher and Gabriela through their current school year in Nevada, and then they will join me in June. To all Skyhawks, thank you for your time today. I will start as any new employee does, with eyes wide open, a bunch of questions, and an attentive ear. In the days, weeks, and months ahead, I will be on a listening and learning tour, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. Again, I am honored to be with you here today, and I cannot wait to get to work. Today is a great day to be a Skyhawk. Thank you.
Stay with us. Stay with us.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll accept any questions from the audience, and just step up. Yes, sir. Ted.
That was not in the program.
Sir, I don't know if I'm updated on this or not, but in the past, we discontinued the men's tennis team for obvious reasons. If that is still the case, I was wondering if this would be one of your goals to bring back the men's tennis team. I have been impressed over the years by their academic and their also athletic successes, and would like to see them back with us.
Ted, thank you for the question. Anytime that we can grow an athletics department, it's a good day. Please know that immediately what we're going to do is focus on our current 350 student athletes, on our current 14 sport programs within the NCAA. Whether or not this is the right time for growth is something that we will evaluate at the right time. But thank you.
Julio, you mentioned that when you were in college, your athletic experience transformed you. What do you have to do specifically to make sure that happens for the ones that are sitting in the bleachers and everywhere else now?
Again, student athletes, thank you for coming out. Craig, thank you for the question. I spoke about intercollegiate athletics being a powerful, transformative experience, and I understand that process. I'm a first-generation college graduate, and I assure you that if it were not for intercollegiate athletics, I would never have even dreamed about attending college, much less have multiple degrees. When we talk about the transformative power of intercollegiate athletics, we talk about changing lives. In fact, we talk about changing generations. I assure you that the lives that our children enjoy today is no better or worse than their nephews and nieces, or their cousins, my nephews and nieces, whose parents do not hold a degree. No better and no worse, but vastly different, because their mother and father hold college degrees. And please know that both Cherie and I are former collegiate student athletes. She was much better than I was. What we have to do to ensure that we offer that opportunity for our student athletes is we need to do what we talked about. We need to focus on the student athlete experience. We need to engage our community, and we need to plan for comprehensive excellence. We need to all be working together. We need to all be on the same page, and we need to all be pulling. If we do this, I believe that our student athletes will have a transformative experience. Thank you, Craig. This is where my wife says, you folks need to chime in or he'll start talking again. Thank you.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you so much. Thank you. At this time, Dr. Rakes he will make another official welcome, and he has some gifts that he wants to give to Julio and family. I believe, Chancellor, we're going to go down on the floor right here and make that presentation right now. So, all right. I believe he's going that way.
We have 3 items of goodies to share with the family members here, and if you will bring them over, Gabriella and Christopher. Thank you so much. You don't have to open it now, but if you want to, you can. We have your first official hat.
Thank you.
Now, Julio, I want you to go on and open this. I already covered it. It's custom, and I haven't seen one of these, and I was talking to Danelle. I would have ordered a second one if they came in a blimp size, but go ahead and check this out for a little bit. You may be needing this in the next few days. One more time, our new Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Julio Freire. Thank you for coming.
Folks, we thank you for coming out. We're going to cheer our Skyhawks on to 2 victories here in just a few minutes. We have refreshments to my left. Please enjoy. Come up and meet Julio and the family. Thank you so much, Skyhawks, for being here today.